Stupid internet going out. It's real annoying. Especially right in the middle of a fight with Titan that took forever to get into. Ah! I hate it when the internet just goes down for like no reason. Oh! Okay, apparently still counts as me winning. I guess they won without me. Makes sense considering it wouldn't be that difficult of a fight. I mean, it was mostly done. Just sucks that I lost internet there. Also, laughing taking off in outer space back here. What's wrong with you? Set you down on the cold concrete floor. Maybe that'll help. No. So many technical difficulties. Bro, you're not even doing anything. Why are you doing this? Finally decided to calm down. I don't know if you could hear it on the mic, but it was just blasting. Okay. Let's go talk to Alpha now. Hey, I killed Titan. Oh, there she is. I did not tell you she would... did I not tell you she would return safe and sound? The deed is done, then? Titan is no more? Nodders. Good. There has been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death, like any other thrall, such as the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions, after all. We once feared that Isael's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray.
Yep. Quest complete.
There is naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Blurden of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him?
Sure.
Oh, Blurden. Good news.
Ah, there you are.
Titan is no more.
Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst. But they said you had matters well in hand.
Of course. It's just Titan.
All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it. But not half as glad as my men will be believing you and me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't no soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane.
Indeed.
Who goes there?
Yeah, me. Me.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp.
No problem.
He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas.
Yeah.
It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I've lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not?
Yeah.
Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it?
That's how all
Mayhap
conversations
you could
with
some
my
of your
character are.
adventures in Ishgard.
Justinian and Ysael, who were very... under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Aymeric. When Alphino and I came at last to the Dravanian hinterlands. How about Justinian and Ysael?
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light.
Yeah. There
As long
goes
as
my
the sun
laptop
rises,
again.
we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this.
Hang on a second. I don't know what's wrong with that laptop. Well, I mean, I know one thing that's wrong with it. That its hard drive is busted.
Well, what is
Its
it?
fan keeps blazing off for no reason.
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna close this thing. Maybe that'll help. I'm just gonna shut it down. Because that's annoying. But yes, Mass Manage is true. Ishgard's all well and good, so nothing else to do but thwart your plans. Also, what is it you so cherish about your world, sir, that is being swallowed by the light? I mean, I'm pretty sure just about anybody you cared about is either with you here or is probably dead already. And, what are you even gonna do?
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
I knew it.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone.
With a new voice actor.
With thine own hand strike down thine
Ariane.
enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
Like you could kill me. Come on now.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Really? Is that so? Then, so you're gonna ignore the plight of those that you could save. That's exactly what you're doing here, Urianshe. The people of this world. You could save them, and you're not going to. No, you're gonna pick their doomed world over our world. And in fact, don't even know if doing this would save their world. Wouldn't it, like, combine the worlds?
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
Destroying both in the process, or whatever?
It shall be done.
Iriange.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness.
Because you're an idiot?
Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path.
Why?
As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
What, because your girlfriend's dead? That's it? You're an idiot. Absolute moron, Urianger. Hey, Alpha. What ho, Genosia? I trust you had a good night's rest? I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via link pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. 'Twould seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Aymeric believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where is Alice? She was here a moment ago with Gabu. Alice? Gabu? Oh, there they are. I just had to round the corner. I was about to fly up and scout around from above. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? Nodders. My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bloden, something tells me you are not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him.
Aye, aye. You needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command.
I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to... And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never ever forget.
Come along, little one.
Come on, I clicked it.
I will remember them. And you, Alice, thank you.
But he said a thing. He hasn't said a thing in all day and night. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. and those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, aye, there will be a reckoning. Nodders. Nodders. Alright, now we return to the Waking Sands, huh? Good thing I've still got tickets. For game. Get. I'm back. Traitor. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Gerun oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then, of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Minfilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow under the endless sea, there to endure as one, and none. Stupid yawn right at the end. Then if the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the reunification of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the Warriors of Darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved, such at last is their belief, I surmise. Oh my goodness, you absolute morons! We're going to murder 2 worlds in order to not murder the one world? What? If that is true, then God, no one should ever have to make such a choice. I mean, Oh no, your loved ones don't return to the life stream to be born anew as a completely different person who has no memories of ever knowing you. Instead, they just vanish into the nothingness. So instead, we will have everyone die and return to the life stream. What? Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. These yawns. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, and lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralga. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Eileen Royal's network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Asians, assuming they even know or care who their employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Genosia, Alice, you come with me to Little Alamigo?
That stare at Urianger.
Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. And I will continue to use Urianger's old voice, because I feel like I can do a pretty good job with it. Alphino, Alice, Genosia, are you three listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smugglers' warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them? And the crystals too? What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Aymerich's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we. By happy coincidence, we learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and her little helpers. Ah, wait a moment. There's more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Eileen Royal, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Y'shtola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. She's got suspicions, and rightly so. Urianger is a dirty double-crosser. Also, beneath Starfield's guy. Okay, so we're still 4 more quests after this one. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Leverrier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the 3 of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, little Alamigo awaits. Alphino, you sweet summer child. You know not what I and also, your sister know.
But to little Alamigo it is.
Well, what? Hello, Alice. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day. Did you have something to say? Urianger? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head, now more than ever. Listen, Genosia, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. When we were free. So, to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Alamegan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces, Genosia. Why don't you question the residents in this eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings.
Indeed. Quest accepted. So, the eastern side.
No telling.
Eh? The resistance?
If I know. It's not as if I'd be of any use to him.
If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it.
Right. That's one of 3. Whoop. Hello, Tailbot.
I see you there going around asking questions, looking for the griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of little Alamigo these days, folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Galileans, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send any bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine.
And Sifrit?
Ah, let me guess. Time to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call.
Yeah, that's right.
While he's lit a fire in every Alamegan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Udons to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Ghanaians won't stop until we're all under the yoke.
Yeah. Well, guess we gotta speak with Alpha now. See what he's learned. What information he hath gathered. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. Not much. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance. The Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them. Only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervour is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about. Given that you and Gundebold are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we?
Of course, I have to take the lead on everything. Much as it pleases me to see you again, Genasia, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin, I know of him, as do we all. He and his mass have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicions at first, given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to the people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart.
How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. All right. Thancred's just too slow. Right next to a dungeon, huh?
Hop on the back of my dragon and take to the skies.
That's as far as I can go, as far as upwards goes. I know I can fly no higher. You can fly no higher. Woo! Hello. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. let's go check it out.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Well, good thing you have a voice, sir, because I was about to give you a Bane voice.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same.
Nodders.
We abandoned them. Our own flesh and blood.
We abandoned
died till
them.
their backs gave in and their breath gave out. Building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them. The brave and true, to fight and die for their country. Or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more. Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that...
Hold up.
What are you two doing here?
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
You got a new voice, dang it. Why do they keep giving people new voices? He used to sound like this. Well, that is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings? You sounded better before, Papalimo. Why do they keep changing voice actors, like, with every single, expansion?
At least so far. I say every single expansion. I'm only on, like, the first. Heaven's Ward. Well, actually, I'm after the first, but, you know, but between the first and... Shut up.
Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Genasia would be fine.
The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea.
But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you been doing all this time?
Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Uldar, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance.
That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a little while.
When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Roban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it.
To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs.
The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn?
Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all the Sundry to join his cause would welcome our support.
Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man, who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him.
It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Oh, Yida. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man.
For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin?
We have reason to believe they've got crystals.
Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it.
The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence that he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be a more bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal.
Whatever it is, we'll figure it out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me.
Oh, Yida.
Indeed! That is, assuming you'll have us.
You kidding? Welcome back to the Scions, you two. Have a link pearl. Papalimo for honorable heroes, which is the third to last. Just 2 more after this one.
If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mass plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Yida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look at the part that we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbot, and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions?
It all seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Genosia, let us be off. Time to go get some dingy clothes. Not far. Not far at all. Although I think this is the entrance. Yes, Tailbot, I talked to you earlier.
Yeah? You wanna buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it.
Sack of gil.
Well, you're the ones with the gill, and seen as you're friends of Papalimo. There, tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and, treated to your taste. Now, off you go, before someone sees us together.
Thank you.
Weathered
things. Oh, I got a cleaver of crags. For rogues and ninjas. I think that's from the fight with Titan. Well, they certainly look interesting. Oh, and a crag weapon coffer, item level 80. Well, might as well use it. Let's see what I get. Contains gear unequipable by your current class shop, so not for gunbreakers, I guess. Hey, Alphino. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then, I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps.
Yep. Gotta go up there.
So much yawning.
Ugh. Why must you betray me, body of mine? Unable to change gear. Insufficient armory chest space. What?
Just change it in my inventory. Why does it have to go to the armory chest? So stupid.
Put that in here.
Move this in here, I guess. There, you happy? Look at me, a simple commoner. That's right. Simple commoner. Ready to fight Garlemald. Well, look at us! A pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades.
Wait.
You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
Don't tell me you're that axe-wielding warrior of darkness. Or perhaps you're about to summon him here?
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
Alphinaut, we're supposed to be, getting him to trust us enough to reveal himself?
Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
Just
I'd
kind
like
of
to hear more about the Griffin.
drop the act
real Griffin.
real
Your
quick.
performance earlier didn't fool us.
Why did I even put on these rags? Like,
The famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
no, we didn't collect those crystals to summon a primal. We collected those crystals to give to Almalja, who are going to summon a primal. And we know that they're going to summon no, you did collect them to summon a primal. You did. It's just you're not the one summoning it.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes.
You could call on the Scions to assist you.
It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
Won't sully your hands. I fought
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
Also, you do realize how massive and how advanced the Garlean army is, right? They have airships with big cannons that can bombard you from the skies, and they have killed primals or absorbed primals in the past and used them against people.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
Yes.
Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
It was.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
Well, good. Also, you could ask me to help you fight Garlean forces. To fight the Empire.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Genosia. We must find and secure those crystals. This is no time for looking back.
Yes. Item level 250 food. Guess we'll grab this.
Wee bit of spaghetti pescatore.
One life for one world. That's not... I don't think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure they want to sacrifice an entire world in order to destroy two. Now let me re-equip myself.
If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must apprise Alice of all we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I have changed.
Uh-huh. Back we go. Ah, Thancred did arrive.
Now that Thancred has finally arrived, but mayhap you could share your latest findings?
Yes.
You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Yida and Pabalimo were here all along? Well, Ishtola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit, even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay.
Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once.
Nodders. Nodders all around.
Dun dun dun. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Why? Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again.
Why, though, Urianger? Why?
I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the bowel of embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal.
Upon proceeding to the Bowl of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside the time, blah, blah, blah. I've got the time. Let's go. Let's go.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
That's true.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
But you're not saving anyone! You're not saving anyone! Not even a single person!
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice. Unlike your sister.
You.
Alizé!
She's fine.
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
You're bleeding.
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
Where? That's also a book. That is not a book, though. That is a sword. A very fancy sword.
If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
And mine. My gun sword.
Let's finish this.
Duty commenced. Yah!
Everybody, to me! Ashing Fang, Savage
You
Claw,
shall fall soon enough.
and Wicked Talon. Oh, this Knight of Darkness doesn't stand a chance, bro. Not a chance. First strike.
Is this the power of the echo?
Who knows? All I know is this Magus of Darkness is dead. What? How dare you get revived? Whoop. Gnashing Fang. Savage Claw. Wicked Talon. First strike. Also you. I don't like you. I say no mercy.
Again they rise.
No more games.
What? Huh? Literally how? I can't break free. Cheater.
It ends now.
Does it?
What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart.
What is your path?
But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
You just now realized.
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
Uh-huh. And what were you accomplishing?
Sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over.
Yeah.
For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady.
I hope so.
By thy leave.
Now I JoJo pose.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Really? Because I knocked down like 3 of you by myself. Of course, then you revived
Hearken
each
to
other.
me. We only have one chance.
One
Channel
chance?
your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
What spell is the mage gonna cast? Like, what could he possibly cast that would defeat all of us in one spell? Tell me.
Make ready! They come!
Let's go.
I must have more ether.
Reprisal. Warrior of Darkness, you get back here. Stop focusing on Thancred. Look at you. You're almost dead yourself. Some powerful Warrior of Darkness you turned out to be. And you! Ranger. That's right. No mercy. Oh, come on. Hurry me what? What do I need to do? Give me your ether. Hurry, give me your ether. How? Huh? Literally how? There's no give ether button. Hello? Channel ether into Alice's blade. How? Though. Blade of light. What am I supposed to do here? Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it.
What? Hurry, give me your ether. How? How? Why won't you tell me? Nausea, give me your ether. I've tried standing places. I've tried clicking on you. I don't get it. Janasia, hurry Janasia, give me your ether. Hurry Janasia, give me your ether. Hello? I don't have an item. I don't have a skill for this. What do you want from me, huh? I don't understand. Alice, what do you want from... What? Wait, it said something was interrupted. Wait, what? No, it said interrupted again. There we go, like, what? Why didn't that happen before? Oh my goodness. So stupid. What do you want out of it, huh? We're gonna lose this one because it wouldn't do the thing. Well, the Magus is at 100. Yeah. Dude, he failed because it wouldn't do the thing it was supposed to do. Ugh, I gotta start all over. Yeah, cutscenes will play. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not switching to an easier difficulty. Shut up. You wouldn't tell me what to do.
This isn't right.
This isn't right. Blah, blah, blah. Skip the cutscene. We've already seen this. Then we fight, and then we skip cutscene, then we fight some more. Silly mages.
You shall fall soon enough.
First strike.
There's no escape.
So much. Smashing fang. No, focus on him. Defeat the warriors of darkness. How many times you gonna revive, huh? No more games. I chain you all. Blah. I can't break free. Alright, skip cutscene. This does end now. Now that I know kind of how to do it. First strike. Warrior of darkness, you die. Give me a reason. Okay. I got you. Go. Why won't it? Come on! Hello? I'm clicking. What am I supposed to? Oh, I'm supposed to click on the blade of light. I was trying to click on that, but it's such a tiny little hitbox.
It's not enough.
To click on. So dumb. You could have, actually put a sword there to click on to give it a bigger hitbox than just a name floating in the battlefield. Honestly. Of darkness. The fate of the worlds, blah blah. Devour to darkness. Ah. That's my cue then. There we go.
I can feel it. Just a little more.
You, healer. Stop it. you.
Hurry up, neighbor!
Kill the ranger. You must stop her.
Okay.
Crush you!
I'll take out the ranger. No problem. Die, devout. Magus. That's just you. You and me. Ah. Oh, seriously? There we go. Boom. That's it, that's it. We've got them.
Done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
Not like this.
Not like this. Yes, like this. Idiot. You thought you could stop me. What a fool. Alice?
Alize, are you hurt?
Alice?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine.
Good.
Thank you.
Smile.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished.
You guys are absolute morons.
Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
I was wondering, but...
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Actually, I have killed a few Ascians.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
Renunciation of the flesh. Had to what?
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives.
And?
We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won. And now our world is being erased from existence.
Yeah.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
You're not saving it, though! You're not saving it! You're destroying 2 worlds instead of just letting your one die. I don't understand.
I've died before, Arbit. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
They're dead. They're already dead. You're not saving anyone. Also, you've each only got 1 crystal. I've got like, what, 6? All by myself.
To have known the depth of sorrow and embrace the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
You mean the power of my 6 crystals? But just gonna pull out 1? Looks like mine glows a bit. Oh no, now yours are glowing brightly. Here we are, once again. Oh, and Thancred's here. And Alphino? We're all here?
What is this place?
Oh, this is where I go when I space out, you know?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From 2 worlds do we gather, and from 2 worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
How do you know? How do you know, Riaje?
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Smile.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance. but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Yeah. Now, really?
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiac's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light.
Also, you should maybe clean your axe every once in a while. You know?
Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark.
Really? This was your plan, Urianger? This... How? How is this your plan? How did you come up with
I knew
this?
from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it,
What does Trip Samadhi do? What is this thing that you entrust to me?
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
You guys gonna be warriors of light once again? Or at least help us? In this world? Maybe become scions?
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home.
Oh. You wanna go home?
We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
Uh-huh. Smile.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
Smile. Nodders. Oh yeah. Minfilia's mother, sister? I think it's her mother.
Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
And now she breaks down into a puddle of tears. So about Ifrit, or was Ifrit never going to be summoned? It would seem we are in southern Thanolin again. Minfilia is doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way, and the Warriors of Darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not? But mayhap that was their wish. Mayhap. Question mark, question mark, question mark. An ending to mark a new beginning. This will be the last of 3.4. And then it's on to 3.5, 3.56. And finally, Stormblood. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere, and this when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I will go back to Zaharak and secure them.
The Amalja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the Warriors of Darkness gave them. They are not like to notice a lone bard skulking about.
Bard, you're a rogue, Thancred. What are you... Bard?
But Thancred, you... Don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I will see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalymo. They must have finished searching the mass camp by now. Not that it matters anymore.
True.
Elige? You must be tired, Genossia. I know I am. If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with the Warrior of Darkness and the Ascian in white at the Great Library. I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did, that you but sought to achieve the greatest good, while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Genossia, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee unto a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, warrior of light.
So I gotta go back.
Oh, I've got to speak with Papalymo first.
Where?
Oh, we're way down there, so yeah, I'll teleport to Little Amigo first. Good thing I didn't use my teleport to the Rising Stones. Would have wasted it. You. Papalymo. Hey. Well met, Genossia. Alphino said you would be joining us. 'Twould seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mass camp. Did you perchance find one in Zaharek?
About Zaharek. Actually, yes, Warriors of Darkness, Hydaelyn, Minfilia. I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. It's just, I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with the certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alphino, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoined the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might, in turn, offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. God, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you.
Ada, Ada, Ralger be praised it is you. Ada, alive and standing here before me in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundebold. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of her. Friends, it's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Ida here was always full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older.
Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry, we were still the Circle of Knowing back then. Right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now, I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Woo!
Pray forgive her. It has been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity.
Nodders.
Let us return to the Rising Stones. Take me for giving you that mask. What? Papalimo, what? Why are you upset that you gave her that mask? Ah, yes. I forgot Rising Stones is different from the other place. For some reason, I had it in my mind that we were going back to our old base. But no, Rising Stones is here.
Hello, Elfine.
Welcome home, Genosia. I trust your journey was uneventful. You will be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Y'shtola and Kryl, and briefed them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at their earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future.
True. What are we going to do now? Minfilia is gone.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbraider.
Yeah.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Indeed.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as
Shiver
Papalima
in her
rightly said,
eyes.
much has changed since we last stood here. The scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask.
Yes,
I should be glad of your continued assistance.
it is our differences that make us stronger. If each of us becomes more knowledgeable in different areas, and then we can pool our resources and share findings with each other when
my
needed.
main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found.
Well.
Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
Of course not.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
Right. Why is Papalimo so
What will you do, Alize?
untrusting of Yida now?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities.
Uh-huh.
That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable.
Uh-huh.
And we've always got her to keep us from bickering.
Smile.
But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
Same old, same old.
A new adventure, what else? The road goes ever on, to strive for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. The road goes ever on.
Indeed.
Indeed, yep, whatever you said.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Last I checked, a new dawn already rose, but sure. Back when we defeated that Ultima weapon. That finishes 3.4.
Look at them, Genosia. The scions of the Seventh Dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome, all of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know that we will find out together.
Wind up Moonbreather. Ba, 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 ba.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life,
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
Okay. Oh, the thing. Yeah.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
You better. I was entrusted by Menphilia and Heidelin themselves to keep it safe.
there is cause to hope.
What is with
For
you?
every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Uh-huh. Johnny.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be your greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. On that glorious day.
True believers are so readily led.
I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted, then. Was it all worth it in the end?
There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Right. Nidhogg's eyes frozen in ice.
What are you going to do with Nidhogg's eyes?
The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe.
I knew we shouldn't have thrown them into the gorge. I told you. I warned you. Anyone could waltz on down there and pick them up.
Allegan Ruins?
So it was here all along.
Ah, you. Galilean. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. No retreat, no surrender.
All right. Go ahead and use it. Well, let's see. So next up is Tidings from Gir Albania, which is the first of 5 quests for 3.5, and then there's only 4 quests for 3.56, and then Stormblood. Looking good. I think we'll do... Well, we'll at least start this quest, see what. Totaro has a request for you.
Ah, Junasia, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise.
The Diamond Forge? Oh, it's just north of the Rising Stones. I see. Still only halfway to 65. And here I wait for you, Totaro.
Hello. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments.
What are you doing? Why are you...
Right, everyone? Ready to get to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes.
What?
Tee hee hee hee.
What are you doing, Tataru? I assume some kind of new outfit.
There, all finished. The warrior flights every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe.
Oh, just taking my measurements. Tataru, why?
Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Gymnasia. All in good time.
Are you making a statue of me?
Aha! I found you! Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting.
Tataru. Yeah. You better not be making a statue of me. I don't need no statues.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yeah, the Waking Sands, that's what I thought of when they first said the Rising Stone.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru? Who's at the door?
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her! Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Also, the contrast between cutscene healing and combat healing. In combat, any healer can fully heal a party member from like 1 HP back to full and they'll be fine. They'll keep on moving, no problems, mechanically or story-wise. But the second any NPC gets shot by a single arrow in a cutscene, oh no, there's nothing we can do. They're dying, and we can stop the bleeding, but they're still going to die because of all the internal damage. It's like, but you've got healing spells. You've got magic that just fully heals a person. Why doesn't that work?
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance.
Uh-huh.
I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
Yeah.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric, and encourage him to send an envoy.
Of course.
To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
Perhaps a Stormblood?
'Twas Master Louisoix himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
What are you up to, Papalimo? Well, we gotta go to Carthus. Ba, 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 ba. Saint Valérion's Forum. Congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. Lucia.
Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Aymeric. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements?
Of course.
I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handelo that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Genosia, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment, and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way.
Complete.
If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives.
Of course, of course. Way down there. You know what, I'll fast travel with Camp Dragonhead and just fly over. It'll probably be faster. On the back of a dragon. Envoy for Ishgard. Which leaves only 3. For this patch. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Nodders. I was actually just there. Oh. Actually, I could just teleport.
Alright, Emmerich. Here we are.
The garrison commander awaits within. Why not accompany me, Junasia? You may see a familiar face.
Oh, look.
Junasia, old girl, how wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse.
Nay, do not trouble yourself, Onawa. We shall soon be on our way. Junasia, a brief summary, if you will.
Oh, Lucia, sorry.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I'm used to everybody talking, having me do everything.
Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a garlet. I mean to an imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium.
I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander.
Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? You and me both, old gal. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat.
Yeah. Our good pal.
Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans and Onawa's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old girl. Off to Gridania with you.
Uh-huh. Oh, and then off to the Black Shroud, New Gridania. Emmerich. Well, I think this is where we shall end things for today.
Getting close. Getting very close. This ends the second of 5 quests in 3.5, and then there's only 4 more in 3.56 before you reach Stormblood. And all of its wonderful things. Now, Stormblood is supposed to go from level 60 to 70, and I'm already level 64. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, we're getting close. Looks like there is a dungeon in 3.5. Baelsar's Wall. And a couple of lore things or something. But yeah, so, and judging by the quest name of the first quest of Stormblood, Beyond the Great Wall, sounds like Stormblood is going to take place in Garlean territory, perhaps? Garlean territory? I guess that would make sense, because Garleans are the ones who came up with the gun sword, the gunbreaker, if I recall correctly. And since Stormblood is the expansion that brought us gunbreakers, that would make sense. But anyways, we'll be playing more Forspoken on Monday, and that stream will likely be it'll start earlier than normal and probably go a little bit, well, it'll go more than 3 hours probably, but it shouldn't go past like 8:39 p.m. EST. It'll just start earlier and then, go on for more than 3 hours probably. But yes. And then Wednesday, probably some Metroid Prime 2 randomizer, because I really want to play some Metroid Prime 2. And we'll be back next Saturday to finish out this post Heaven's Ward content so we can get into Stormblood. And since we'll be getting into Stormblood, that stream might go a little bit longer. But I'll see you next mission. Bye-bye.